Hi guys, Sarah Belmonte here. So today's tutorial is how to do how to learn about a basic eye look. Now, when you're doing your eyes, there's different options you have. We have these great palettes and in the palettes have colors that work well together. You could use every single color in the palette, you could put a couple together and it works beautifully. The other options we have are these amazing pigments, and these pigments have, they are pigment. Pigment means colour. So they have an incredible ability to be very light or very heavy, depending on what you want from your eye. And you have very many options on how you get to that point. I think the main thing that I'll concentrate today I will concentrate on teaching you today is how to do a basic look for your eye. So what we need first of all is you need to choose your colours, and I'm going to go with some nice warm autumn colours. Excuse my back, but I also need to grab my brushes. Now, what brushes do you need? It kind of depends on what you do, what kind of eye look that you regularly do. Now, when I'm going out, I will regularly do a look that I sort of learned when I was growing up in the 90s, and it's very normal. It's very normal for me, and it's something that I see people do a lot. So I'm going to work on that look, but there are other looks that you can do. There are cream shadows that we have that are fantastic, and if you just want to walk out the door, you can just put a lovely little layer of cream shadow and it's beautiful. You've got a bit of colour on your eyes and you're done. Bit of mascara, looks awesome. If you're wanting to do a little bit more of that proper eye makeup, and I might just move the camera slightly, there we go. One thing that you need to take into account is how your eyes are. Now, what I mean by that is we have either wide set eyes or close set eyes. Now, I'm really blessed in that my eyes are in the middle. So I can wear makeup that suits both wide set and close set eyes. Yes, so today we're going to work on closed set eye makeup by taking our attention and drawing it out. We're bringing our eye look outwards. And this was the look that I used all through high school, and so did all of my friends. But there are a few tips and tricks. Now, the first tip is, sticky tape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some sticky tape and I'm going to tear it in half. I know, it is crazy. And I'm going to grab that nice straight edge. I'm going to have to use my mirror here. So I'll use the mirror over here. Now what I want to do is actually get my corner, stretch out my face a bit, and go from the corner of my eye and up to the edge of my eyebrow. In my case, my eyebrow, my makeup artist, my beautician took away a little bit too much on the edge of my eyebrow, but that's where my eyebrow should finish. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to find the edge of my eye right on that corner, and let's make sure I get my skin when it's nice and taut, and do the same thing. Crazy, I know, but wait till you see the edge. I know this looks ridiculous, but it's been annoying. I think I've done too much tape down the bottom, but that'll be fine. Now, what brushes to use? Well, there is number one brush, which I have discovered is essential, and this is not a unique one, unfortunately, but it's a big fluffy, what I call a blending brush. So it's basically, it's a big fluffy brush that allows you to blend things in. Simple as that. Now, one of my favorite unique brushes is the crease brush. I actually use this for many things, including contouring, and it's a brilliant brush. I want to make sure I don't have any contouring left in it. and it allows you to get into that crease area. And I also like it because it's nice and small when I need to do fine blending. I also use any kind of small brush that is sort of round. This one's not flat, but sort of domed and hard bristled. I'm just getting off. I did a glamour tutorial, and I had purple and pink and sassy, and they were colours. Actually, Jasmine, who has hosted a couple of parties, she did this, so that's pretty awesome. Okay guys, so we're going to take our risque and we're going to put a little bit into the lid, and maybe a touch more, because we have this great little dispenser that stops us from having all of the powder come out all at once. And we're going to take our little, I call this a loading brush. It can be also like a smudger, or there's different names for it. That's just what I call it. We're going to tap off some of the powder, and what we're going to do is we're going to work on our eye just down here at the bottom. Remember, we've got a dark colour, but by the time we're finished, it's not going to be that dark. So we want to do that, and we want to then go into the crease of our eye. Now I have, see when I open my eye, what's called a hooded eye. So you can't, once I've done my work, you can't actually see this part. So I'm going to grab a little bit more, and I'm just going to go up a little bit lightly up over that hood, that bone of my orbital. It's called my orbital bone, it's the eye bone, and I'm just going to go up and over there a little bit like that. Okay, so when I close my eye, it's kind of like a V shape with it loaded up into the corner here and along the eye, just leaving a little space here in the middle. Okay, then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to go over the eye line where the eyelashes are. We're going to go up into the crease like this. I just want to take that little bit away. Don't have to worry too much. It doesn't have to be perfect, because what we're going to do is we're going to be blending our colours, and when we blend, these colours and where they're sitting will change. Now that's pretty close. I'll just take a little bit off there. Not quite so severe. Same as that. Make sure I've got enough on the edge here. I want to bring it just down so that it's a nice flat line onto the sticky tape. And I always try and work my sticky tape up rather than down into the sticky tape, because if you've got a little bit lifted, then you might not get that amazing finish that you'll see. So I'm going to just take a little bit off the top, put a little bit back. Right, now I know that that looks incredibly dark, but you'll see what happens, and this is the magic, also working with pigments, this is the magic of creating your look. You will get a completely different finish to what you expect. Now, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my really light pigment. This is called Innocent, and I'll put it into my lid. Now I'm not going to use the same brush. Make sure I get enough. I'm not going to use the same brush. I'm going to use my crease brush this time, just making sure it's clean. Now I'm going to grab my crease brush, I'm going to load it up with heaps of the colour. Now by mixing it around, but I'm also sort of tapping it off. Now what I want to do is I want to go right here in the central, in the middle part of the in your tear duct right here, and I'm just going to work in a little bit of this really light colour, and then I want to go a little bit under as well. I don't think I have quite enough. Okay, load up my brush. Okay, so we want that nice light colour. I want to put a whole heap up here, like that. Not getting a lot out of my tub today. Oh, there we go. I've got a bit more there. Alright, loading up my brush, going in, under, and then up. And I'll probably do a bit more of this after. I just wanted to get a little bit in there now. Now that was our lightest colour. And now I'm going to use the same crease brush, and I'm going in with Gorgeous. Now the other thing to note, which I probably should have mentioned, is with our pigments, we actually have two different types. We have shimmer shades and we have matte shades, and the shimmer shades are lovely and shimmery and they hit the light beautifully, and the matte shades give you that lovely matte finish. Right, so I've got my brush with my Gorgeous on it. Now I want to start from in here and then work my way that way, and I want to load up my eye, and then I want to do the same thing on the other eye. I want to work in from, not from the tear duct exactly, but I want to work that way and load up my eye. It's hard to look down on that eye, my sticky tape gets in the way. And I'm loading up my eye and a bit more colour on this one, a bit more colour on that one. How are we looking? A bit balanced? Fairly balanced. I think we need a little bit more down this side. I think you guys can probably see the intricacies a little bit better than I can, because I'm working from a mirror that's a fair distance away from me and phone doesn't show you very well. So I'm just going to take whatever's left in my lid and pop it onto my eye, and then I'm going to take my blender brush. Now you got to remember, you put dark on this, then you're moving the dark around, so we want to start from the light and work out. So we start here in the center and we're going to work, and we're moving in circular motions and we're blending the two colors together. So you can see here I'm working the color into my crease and down into the corner, and you can see the color is changing. We're not quite so dark anymore, are we? And we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to blend the two colours along that, see, in light circular motions, so that the two colours become seamless. You can't see where the first one started and you can't see where it ends. So I'm going to take my mirror and have a bit of a closer look. Not too bad. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to take off a bit of the colour onto my thing, and I want to do the same blending out over the top here. I don't want to see those lines of where we added and had the beginning and the end. I want to just see the shade of what we worked with. Now I can see that the shade of my dark is a little bit more on that side. Now I'm going to go back with my Gorgeous. Come on, come out for me today. There we go. And where did my crease brush go? And I'm going with my brush, and I'm going to just add a little bit more of that Gorgeous over the top of where we just worked, because I want that to be the dominant colour. I want that to be showing off in the light. And same on this side. I want to make sure the center of your eyeball is also the main place for color. And if you're doing 3 colors, you do that one over the top at the end as well. Now the other color I want to grab is that beautiful innocent color, that light one. And I'm going to grab the shading brush, the blending brush, and I'm going to, I've just given it a wipe down. I'm going to sweep it up over the top here. I want to go a little bit heavier down here because I think we had a little bit too much. And I want to go down into that corner there above the sticky tape. And then I also want to just bring a little bit more up into this central part of the eye and make sure everything's nice and finished. I had a bit of Gorgeous that was just a bit too heavy on that side. Right, now here's the big reveal. What happens, well, we'll do one side first, when we remove the sticky tape. Ta-da-da! Ouch. Grab my skin. Look at that. Now you think, oh my god, that's a little bit rough. Not finished yet. I'm grabbing my foundation brush that I put my foundation on, and I'm going to go under my eye and under where the sticky tape was. And I'm going to do the same under here. Now remember, we've just done our eyes. We haven't finished our face yet. This is just our eyes. But I'm balancing out the sticky tape under section. And then I'm going to grab our blending brush and we're going to blend our line up. Might use our fingers just a little bit. See, so what's happened is some of the colour has got under on my sticky tape there. Wasn't careful enough. Let's get that blended away. And I want to blend over the eye area. I think that's also maybe just a bit of my skin, so I don't think that's actually, that's my skin. So what's happened is I've actually with the sticky tape I've just caused a bit of pressure on my skin, so that's going to die off. So it's not actually a line of colour. So same thing here, we're blending up into our eye to get rid of the colour that we blended out. Make sure the same thing hasn't happened. It is, it's my skin. I'm still going to grab some lightness and just do that. There we go. So then the very last thing we're going to do just for our eyes, this is not including our eyebrows or our mascara, but we're going to do our eyeliner. Now I'm looking at a faraway mirror, so I'm doing my best, but I always start, if I'm going to do my eyeliner, I start in the center here. If you just want to do the outer third, then start sort of halfway through and then finish that way. But I like to start here and then finish my line down there. And I'm going to just do my line as close to my eyelashes as I can. Now the other thing with doing a small eyeliner is that when you do your mascara, it actually makes your mascara pop. It makes it look like it's there more than if you didn't do it. So I'm going to do my same on my other eye. Now I'm not doing a cat's eye or anything like that. That's another tutorial. I'm just doing a little bit of eyeliner to enhance my look, to finish it off, and to give my mascara a bit of pop. So always try and balance. Can you see what I'm doing? Sorry guys. Always try and be balanced with with everything that you do. Your face is most beautiful when it's balanced. So I think we're pretty much balanced with our eyeliner there. And then that's the finished look. So we've got our dark shade, we've got our light shade. Now that darkness didn't stay dark, did it? It really, really lifted. So you can create that darkness and make it darker and keep it as your dark focus. And we can do a smoky eye tutorial on that. But for an everyday look, I think that looks pretty good. We've got some highlighting, which is our central line. We've got some light effects that are highlighting the inner part of my eye out to my eyebrow. We've got our color focus where people are looking, and then we've got our shadow. So I hope you like the tutorial. Alright, see you for the next one. Bye.